to help us grow in our faith, to help us mature in what we are doing, how we can face the things that we are struggling with, whether it's a faith crisis, whether it's overcoming any form of addiction or hangups, or just simply deepening and enriching our faith in Christ. And it is probably one of the most powerful articles I've written and studied. And I want to start off with a quote from Robert Crosby. And he says, "Our Gethsemanes are those places where our will wrestles to find its way to God's will. As God patiently wrestled with Jacob and his will, he also wrestled with Jesus, the Son of Man. His will and his request in the Garden of Gethsemane. As Adam represented mankind by wrestling his way out of the will of God through disobedience, so Jesus represented us by wrestling his way into God's will by obedience." And what really actually struck me was reading the passage in Matthew 26, verse 38. And this is in the English Standard Version, where it says, "Then he said to them," speaking to the disciples, "My soul is very sorrowful, even unto death." And I was thinking about that, and that really hit hard, and it really hit home, because I was asking myself, it's like, man, how many times have I been there where I just felt so heavy, where it just felt so pressed down with what I'm struggling with in life, with whatever it is that I was going through at the time, dealing with the issues I had to deal with, and just trying to find a way to break free from the things that I've been struggling with, the suffering, the pain, the anguish, everything that life could have thrown at me. And of course, a lot of it had to do with my own choice and the things that I've chosen to do, the paths I have chosen to walk down. And so the question that came out of this is, have you ever felt so weighted down by the overwhelming stress where you experience great sorrow even unto death? And in my research, I've come to understand that when we hit this level of brokenness, when we hit this level of despondence and despair, and just completely and utterly are broken and just shipwrecked, it's where God really truly meets us in those moments. And when we get to the lowest point in our life, when we feel that everything is pressing down upon us, where we're emotionally, physically, and spiritually just exhausted, where we feel that those appear to have abandoned you. Because thinking about when Christ went to pray, he took Peter, James, and John with him further into the garden, and then asked them to stay and pray as he went further into the garden. And when he came back, he found them asleep. And he admonished them to go ahead and, keep vigilant and pray. And he went back and he prayed a third time. And then when he finally came, that was when he was betrayed. The focal point of this discussion, though, is what Christ's prayer means. And that whole episode in that garden. And so, where in your life where you have felt that people around you appear to have abandoned you? Maybe people have demanded justice and punishment. Maybe you felt betrayed and sold out. And all you desire in that very moment is to cry out for mercy, to cry out for grace, to cry out for peace, and to even cry out for love. Not wanting to have to